It's a new year, which means there are new places to visit and new roller coasters opening up across the entire world. In North America alone, there's a total of over 40 set to open just this year. Instead of me talking about all those coasters, I'll just talk about the top 9 that I'm most excited about. My name is Avery, and this is United Coasters. Starting off, we have Fire Runner at Lost Island Theme Park. Adding to this new theme park of only 3 operating coasters, we have an RMC Raptor added onto the roster. Other than the color, this coaster looks like a modified clone of Stunt Pilot at Silverwood. But as far as RCDB has said, it doesn't have that ending over banked curve. Furthermore, it's going to use 2 12-seater trains and have a custom front car design. I couldn't find a picture of the front train, but if I know anything about themes in the coaster world, it'll probably look like the logo that Lost Island is promoting. Assuming that it's a rendition of Stunt Pilot, I assume that Fire Runner will run the same with similar forces. For what it's worth, I think it's a great coaster for a park growing its audience, and we can expect the reliability and forces one would get from RMC. Next up, we go to Busch Gardens Williamsburg for Big Bad Wolf, the Wolf's Revenge. Just like its sister park Busch Gardens Tampa, Wolf's Revenge will be just like Phoenix Rising, in that it'll be a family suspended coaster by B&M. The similarities end after that, as Big Bad Wolf the Wolf's Revenge is nearly 1.5 times bigger, looks to have more theming, and carries a lot more significance than Baby Montu. For context, Busch Gardens Williamsburg had a fan favorite Vekoma suspended coaster named Big Bad Wolf that operated for 25 years. After the coaster was removed, the Full of Surprises Zier coaster of Rebolton took its place in 2012, even using its old footers. And after 25 years, fans of BGW finally got a successor in both name and design, as the Wolf's Revenge is also a suspended family coaster. We don't have that much to see yet about the Wolf's Revenge, but the theming and storytelling alone is reason enough to be put on this list. Heading over to Six Flags New England, we have Quantum Accelerator. This is a low-to-the-ground Intamin family launch coaster, placed in a relatively small footprint at the park. In spite of that, this has a surprisingly long track with 2 launches and a length of 2,600 feet. Considering how much fun the similarly designed Wave Breaker at SeaWorld San Antonio is, I expect Quantum Accelerator to be even more fun for everyone, as it boasts 11 moments of airtime. And going off the animated POV, this coaster is going to have some quick transitions and more lateral forces rather than deep drops. In my opinion, straddle seating for coasters like these gives out an unreal sense of freedom, so that will just add to the thrill factor of Quantum Accelerator. All in all, it's a great addition for Six Flags New England. Going into the first of the other 5 thrill coasters, we have Wrath of Rakshasa at Six Flags Great America. Yet another first B&M dive coaster, as this one sports 9 across seating and holds the record of most inversions on a dive coaster with a total of 5. What really has me excited is the absence of the mid-course brake run. Instead of the ubiquitous second drop on these coasters, Wrath of Rakshasa trades that with one of the most forceful elements I've seen, with a 0G roll into a sort of downward helix. I don't know if this coaster can keep up its top speed of 67 miles per hour it gets from its first drop, but judging by the POV, it looks promising, especially on those last sets of inversions where the train looks to be hauling into the station. If this is the case, then Wrath of Rakshasa is going to be a major crowd pleaser. The only oddity that grabs my attention is the lack of the panoramic view at the top, like we've seen on almost all new age dive coasters. Regardless, Wrath of Rakshasa looks to be a true contender on the list of best dive coasters. It looks like this is the year of B&Ms, as Rapterra is also opening up this year at King's Dominion. This will be the tallest and longest launched wing coaster in the world, and the elements they put on this doesn't disappoint. For starters, this coaster reaches its top speed of 65 miles per hour in only 4 seconds with a rolling launch. I also think it balances high up elements as well as low to the ground features, making it an all-around complete coaster. What I'm most excited for is the massive airtime hill at the end. If the airtime borders between floater and ejector, this is going to be a crazy experience, considering that you're suspended on the sides of the track. Bringing it all together, I had to appreciate the theming for this coaster, especially in the park's new area with Toonbilly in the background. Rapterra feels like the centerpiece for King's Dominion's new part of the park. Oh yeah, and if you're liking the video so far, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Stepping away from the B&M models, we have Siren's Curse at Cedar Point. This coaster was a real surprise for me, as I didn't expect another record-breaking coaster at this park for another 3 to 5 years, especially since TT2 is still having its problems. Compared to the other tilt coaster that was supposed to be open years ago at Codaland, Siren's Curse will only do 2 inversions to Circuit Breaker's 4. Instead, Siren's Curse looks like it will focus more on speed and transitions with low-to-the-ground elements and immersive theming. Some cool parts about this ride, besides the broken track and the 160-foot 90-degree drop, is the lighting on the train itself and the high-speed triple-down element towards the end. The US hasn't fully had a chance to experience the new renditions of high-throw Vekoma coasters, so along with Circuit Breaker and Flash Vertical Velocity at Great Adventure, Siren's Curse and Vekoma coasters on a whole may earn spots for people on their best coaster list. Adding to that, we'll look at a whole new coaster at a whole new park, Tecuani Beast at Bon Luxury Theme Park in Nayarit, Mexico. This first of a kind Vekoma double launch coaster is going to turn heads in the coaster community. Never have I seen a coaster so graceful yet so forceful at the same time. Tequani Beast will have 6 total inversions with some amazing elements and feature over 16 seconds of airtime. Judging by the animated POV, it looks like it will be mostly ejector as this coaster just rips through its layout. And just like with any park outside the US, you know the theming is going to be top notch, primarily since Tequani Beast will have a corkscrew flyby through its station. Also, that lead tray design with the fierce Aztec beast with glowing eyes looks so awesome. I'll do a future video for this new park later, but for now, Tequani Beast is a great new ride to put Bond Luxury Theme Park on the map. Yet another first coaster at a park I need to discuss later. We have Stardust Racers at the new Universal Studios Epic Universe. The third Orlando park will be home to new IPs in the coaster world, but the one I'm highlighting is the set of 2 dueling mock coasters that look absolutely stunning. If Tequani Beast turns heads, then Stardust Racers will make them spin. Sporting only one awesome inversion on each track, Stardust Racers are all about airtime. Both tracks are constantly interwoven between themselves and each have over 10 airtime hills looking to give out a range of forces from floater to ejective. Going more into the technical side, the fact that these coasters have 2 sets of launches and are still perfectly aligned in pacing is nothing more than a marvel for engineering. And the second half of this coaster is just mesmerizing to watch, especially after that second launch. This is where the right coaster exits the launch, entering into a 0G roll, and the left coaster ends the hill after the launch with a barrel roll down drop, all while simultaneously both coasters cross over each other, furthering the course. This moment, named the Celestial Spin, looks stellar, and will be even more so at night, where the lights along with onboard audio will add to the immersion. I'm so jealous that this park is in Orlando, and I will make the trip sometime in the future to see what Epic Universe has to offer. Lastly, we go to Canada's Wonderland to look at Alpenfury. This Premier Rides multi-launch coaster will be the record holder for the most inversions on a coaster in the country of Canada, and tied for the most in North America, with itself and Steel Curtain having 9 in total. What Alpenfury surpasses the Pittsburgh coaster in leagues is the theming and placement of the layout. Alpenfury will start with you launching out the top of Wonder Mountain to complete a series of quick transitions and stalls in an out and back layout. And that turnaround sits near the front of the park, giving guests a perfect place to see the stunning elements and speed of this 72-mile-per-hour coaster. Alpenfury is going to be a great visual as it is an experience simply because of the placement in the park. Having it interwoven in the mountain means that it also interacts with the park's 3 other coasters that use it. And I can get behind the rapid series of inversions rather than airtime simply because this park has 2 major options for that in both Behemoth and Leviathan. Canada's Wonderland now has 19 coasters in total, the most in all of Canada, and the 9-time inverting extreme launch coaster Alpenfury is a great addition to one of the best parks in Canada. Along with the delayed coasters opening up this year, it looks like 2025 will be the year for the new best coasters and parks for that matter. If you're just as excited as I am or plan on going to these parks later this year, don't be shy to leave a comment and like the video. Lastly, I just want to say thank you for watching, and remember to stay united.